Okay. Hey everybody, this is Rob, and this is a little something I believe. Historically, there really was no good old days. People always talk about, man, the good old days back when things used to be so much better this and so much better that. I'm like, when? What do you mean back when? Just give me one good year when it was way better back in the day than it is today. And they think about it and they're like, oh yeah, well, you gotta quit saying that because it's really detrimental to your kids, especially, you tell them things are just getting worse and the future's bad and you don't gotta have anything to look forward to. So, that's just not a good thing to do, and I don't think it's a good mentality for us all to have. And, think about it. Things are just so much better today. And there's still bad things happening, but there's always been bad things, and there's not going to stop being bad things. But look at how much better it is than it was. I think we get a little better all the time. And I think if we keep the mentality, just think if everybody thought we were getting better, then we might actually get better. And if we got no telling how far we could go. If we knew that the future was going to be there, it's like everybody thinks the world's going to end soon, so they just really don't plan for the long haul. They don't plan for their great grandkids. They don't care if they pollute the sky and they hurt. There's no future, so why care? So this is what I believe. I notice, not only do I notice because I study history, that's what my degree is in actually, but, that's not important. It's just, I know, everybody should know from history, look back, things were bad, slavery, you can go back, women, the way everybody was treated, not just black and white, it was everybody. At one point in history, it was savage, things just were not as well organized and laid out like it is now. Everything's on camera. You can say that's not as good, but I don't know. I think I put my money on, yeah, it's better. Yeah, it's better. And we got to teach our kids this so we can give them some hope. Usually when I ask people about when the good old days were, they always talk about basically when they were kids, and that's usually when the good old days were, before they had jobs and had to pay bills. And I always say, yeah, those were the good old days. Yeah, right. But in general, no. And there's more good things happening today than ever recorded. People are getting fed, wars aren't the same anymore. I know there's still wars going on, but if you look throughout our history, just recent history, man, hundreds of people who died in wars, and now it's just, I know there's still a few, but it's not like it was. And I think back to what really made me feel this way was my parents. My parents got married. My mom's white and my dad's black. And we live in Arkansas. And when my parents got married in 71, the law had just passed in 69 that legalized, that took away the law against them getting married. Whatever it was, I can't remember the name of it, whatever it was, the misogyny law or something they called it. But yeah, my parents wouldn't even have been married just 2 years before, in 69, and I think about how that was a big deal, black and white, and now they're doing the same thing for, homosexuality and the whole gay marriage and all of that. They're doing the same thing there too. Everybody should be able to be who they want to be with, and I think that's important, and we need to look at how much things have gotten better. And that way we can know that the future is going to be bright and it's going to still be there, and we got something to look forward to. And we can teach our kids this because I know a lot of kids, not all of them, but a lot of kids have the mentality like it's ending. They can see all this bad stuff and you don't teach them history, this has always happened. There's always been wars, there's always been storms, there's always been hurricanes, there's always been earthquakes, there's always been tornadoes. You know, this stuff is not new. You know, this is not stuff that's just happening. You know, and we need to stop teaching our kids that. I think that you need to tell them, look, yeah, stuff is happening, but it's not like it used to be. You know, just think 100 years ago, we didn't have, we have tornadoes really bad, and so we have sirens that go off like, you know, people have, and they didn't have those 100 years ago. So if a tornado was coming, you had to be out looking. At least now we got something, you know, and I think that that's important. You know, that's what I mean.